Hello friends, my name is Xavier Effiong from c.r.k, and in this video I want to answer the question, what's the difference between the real estate investment trust and real estate co-ownership scheme? Now, a real estate investment trust is a mutual fund where you come together, you invest your money with a fund manager who pulls the fund from several other investors like yourself and then uses it to invest in real estate and gives you an annual report at the end of the year and then share the profit after deducting all expenses. You do not have control over what property was bought, the location, the price, the tenants, the rents, the expenses, the income. But in a co-ownership scheme, you come together with other investors like yourself. You could know them, you may not also know them, but it is so transparently organized. You come together, you choose which particular property you want to be a part of, you decide the location, you agree on the price, and then you agree on the ownership of the property that you want to take, and then you pay. You also have a say on how much the rent should be. You have a vote on what the rent should be, and even decide on what time you want to sell your own property. Now, in a real estate investment trust, you hand over your money to a fund manager and then you go to sleep. They pay all the headache, which is something positive too. But in a real estate co-ownership scheme, you also bear the headache. So if you do not, you participate in looking for tenants, you participate in making repairs and maintenance, or you at least select a facility manager that does all that for you. Now, in a real estate investment trust, you pay an annual asset management fee whether the investment makes a profit or not. So if the annual management fee is 1% or 2% or 0.5% or a quarter of 1%, whatever it is, you pay that fee every year, irrespective of whether the investment makes a profit or not. Now, in a real estate co-ownership scheme, you do not pay another asset management fee to anybody because you are the asset manager of your own property. Now, a lot of people shy away from real estate investment trusts because of the annual asset management fees. Because if the investment is not making a profit and you're still paying 2% every year, that means a time may come in future when the investment value, the value of the asset under management can get to zero. But in a real estate co-ownership scheme, if you do not have a tenant for a year or 2 or 3 or some years, at least you still own the property. So unless you choose to sell, you still own the property. And I do not see anything that can happen that will make the value of the property to go to zero or for the property to disappear. All right. Now, to see details of property available for co-ownership, visit www.c.r.k. When you get to the site, click on the FAQs to read about the frequently asked questions. We've answered a lot of these kind of questions. You will see all the terms and conditions, and you will be able to see that you can even take a mortgage to buy a property, and you can also take a mortgage to buy a fraction of a property. Yes, if you cannot buy a full property, you can pay for a fraction. If you cannot take a mortgage to buy a full property, you can take a mortgage to buy a fraction of a property. All right. So visit www.c.r.k to look at the details or get back to the person who sent you this video. All right, friends, that's from me today. My name is Xavier Effiong from c.r.k, and I'll see you guys in the next video.